that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, man, the band sounds great. Welcome in, everybody. Spicy
over there.
Spicy
licks, Jesse.
Man, sounds good. Even
Can we get like one more squealy deedly dee?
Can we get it? Can we get it? Yes.
That's what I needed.
We got a great show lined up for you. I can't believe we've got the team from TheatreSquared joining us. We've got Shannon and Bob here to talk about their new, upcoming, and very exciting season that they've just announced. Great stuff. And we've got a music video from Ashtyn Barbaree, one of our very favorites, doing another Fayette Tunes music video filmed right here at Fayetteville Public Television. And then we're welcoming back the Queen of Pie down there at our chef's table. We've got Margaret joining us from Rymolene's Pies. Margaret, what do you have for us today?
In honor of spring, we're going to do some Shoney's strawberry fresh pie.
Ooh, Shoney's.
Strawberries.
It's been a minute since I have even heard the word Shoney's and thought of that franchise.
I mean, it evokes childhood memories.
Yes. Well, we hope this show invokes childhood memories.
Or makes new ones.
That's right. Yeah, stick around. We got all that fun happening later. Celebrity historian Raffi Andonian joining us once again. And this time we're talking about the Olympics. I know it's April, and I know the 2024 Paris Olympic Games are coming later in the summer. But the reason we're doing this in April is because it's the anniversary of the modern Olympics, what we think of as the Olympics.
Yeah, that we still continue today in the summer, right? That's the origin of that version of the Olympics. But what's really fascinating, of course, it starts with the Greeks, and it's hard to imagine how important it was to them. They actually established and kind of designed a calendar around what they called Olympiads, which was a period of 4 years marked by Olympics. So absolutely critically important for them to measure time, to measure their Greekness, if you will. Yeah. And some of those rules we will find really amazing today. In some of the combat sports, really kind of scary stuff. So for example, one of the ways that you would try to kind of end a fight is to lift your two fingers. Okay. But you may not always get a chance to do that because there were not a lot of rules other than no gouging. Now in the modern Olympics, not quite so brutal, right? Right. So in 1896, in April, is when we have the first modern Olympics after the Greek Olympics kind of declined because it was seen as a pagan practice by the Christian Romans who later conquered it. And they said, okay, we don't want to do this thing anymore. So it kind of disappears. But it was a Frenchman, actually, a French baron, which is fitting considering the Olympics this year are going to be in France, right? That said, it was focused on the importance of physical education. And this flag actually comes up in the 1920s. And this is supposed to symbolize 5 continents. The Americas are considered one continent in this, and not counting Antarctica, being interlinked. Okay. And so this is an early idea from the modern Olympics to bring the world together the way that the Greek different states came together around sports. That's the whole idea. Yeah. And so valuable, as you know. Yeah. Well, let's kind of localize this a little bit. Arkansas in the Olympics. What can you tell us there, Raffi? Yeah, so in Arkansas, we have 80 Olympians, at least 80 that I can count. And there's about 35 that have won medals in Arkansas, from Arkansas in some fashion, which is really valuable. Yeah. Well, there's so many Olympian legends when you think about it. And one of the ones I personally think is fascinating is Jesse Owens, a big national hero in the era with, of course, Hitler in Germany trying to show that, the ideas of racial superiority are not what Hitler thought them to be, by demonstrating in a high level of performance that anybody can do a high level of performance. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about sports, is that it really is about how you perform, and it erodes all those other factors that sometimes are playing out in society and can help lead the way in society toward the positive things and the positive movements that we've seen.
Absolutely, yes, leading the way. I love that. That's why I think sports are important, and it can be a beautiful representation of the world coming together to compete on a huge stage.
It can be, absolutely. Now, sometimes we've had like the miracle on ice, right? And sometimes we had some of the Cold War politics kind of play into it.
For sure.
So sometimes politics enters it, but again, what we have to remember is a flag. You think about the opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies, when the athletes are together on the field, all that matters is the performance.
That's right, yeah. We are excited about the Olympics coming up this summer, 2024, Paris. Raffi, thanks as always for filling us in on a bit of history that it comes
of course.
When you think about the Olympics. Yeah, stick around. We got more later, right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We got in the hot seat TheatreSquared right now. Shannon and Bob joining me. Thanks so much for making the time to talk about your new, exciting, upcoming season. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
it's great to be here.
We're really thrilled about it.
I bet you are. I know it's, maybe give us some context. When do you start working on the next season?
It's a year-round project.
Yeah.
We really start in earnest in August and September, but truly we're always looking at plays and always just figuring out what the next thing is at T2.
What do you have coming up? And what season is this? Season number
19.
Oh my goodness, that's impressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're already talking about 20.
Yes.
man.
What's going to be? We've already got.
And that's going to be a big year, a big
yeah.
celebratory kind of monumental year.
Absolutely.
But 19, what are we kicking it off with?
So we are kicking off season 19 with a play that the New York Times calls Incessantly Timely, and that is A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry.
Of course, yeah.
It follows one family's struggle as they figure out how they're going to come into this windfall and what their dream means for each of these different generations.
Yeah. What's next? What follows on the heels of that one?
So we're doing a relatively new play called 2050, which is set in the year 2050.
It would have been funny if you said it's set in
2049.
Yeah,
2049. It's an amazing kind of gripping story about, and you'll understand why we're doing it next October.
Yeah.
About a Mexican-American rancher who is running for Congress.
Okay.
And the landscape is very recognizable, but also things have shifted. The wall is up.
Okay.
It is that much more dangerous to be an undocumented individual. It's a great play by Tony Meneses, a playwright we wanted to work with for quite some time.
And again, this is the season to do it.
Yes.
That's two that feel like they've been bubbling under the surface, but now is the moment, right?
There's going to be a lot of fun conversation
Yeah.
out of that. Yeah.
What's next?
So we are bringing back the favorite Northwest Arkansas holiday classic, A Christmas Carol.
All right, yes. Bo, I know that's one of your favorites as well, right?
Oh yeah, because I really see a lot of myself in the Scrooge character. And just it's right around the holidays. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's just such a perfect thing to get the family out, and it's so much fun.
Okay, so that's going to happen obviously around the holiday time, and then what are you following up with after that?
When we come back in January, we're going to do another brand new play that was a hit in New York just this fall, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, called Primary Trust.
Okay.
It's about a kind of an everyman in the suburbs of Rochester who has he and his best friend hang out every night at the tiki bar.
Drinking Mai Tais.
Drinking Mai Tais. And he loses his job at the bookstore. And there are things that you discover in that moment about him and his best friend that you didn't see coming, and his life kind of turns upside down. It's this beautiful, warm-hearted comedy about how to reimagine your life and open your life up to new things.
What's next?
All right, this one is definitely, I think, my pick for next season. We are doing a modern verse translation of Twelfth Night.
What?
So bringing Shakespeare back
Yes.
to T2 for the first time in 10 years. The last time we did Shakespeare,
What was it? I don't even
it
remember.
was Hamlet.
It was Hamlet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
so we are absolutely thrilled. Something that is particularly special about this piece is that we are going to be partnering with the National Asian American Theater Company.
Okay, wow.
And the script is a modern verse translation by Allison Carey, and that is, and with that we are working with Play on Shakespeare. And what is so really cool about this is it's not just like, oh, we modernized everything,
Right.
and everything's different. The meter, the verse, everything has that same
It's the same.
timelessness
Okay.
of Shakespeare, but it's just tweaked enough.
Tweak of the language a little bit.
Just enough that it has like a modern update for our contemporary audience.
That's amazing. What's going to follow that one?
We're going to do, there's a local playwright named Robert Ford.
Who?
And we're going to do a premiere, a world premiere by me. It's called In the Grove of Forgetting. And it comes out of my and my wife, Amy Herzberg, who is our associate artistic director, have for a long time been really intrigued by Budapest between the wars.
Oh, interesting.
And the Jewish population in Budapest predominantly felt that what was going on in the rest of the Europe with the Nazis would never happen in Budapest.
Okay.
And they stayed
Yeah.
with tragic results.
Yeah.
And so this play, it is dark, but I try to make sure there's something, a joke on every page,
Yeah.
so that we can kind of get through it. And then there's a ton of classical music in it.
Oh,
as
beautiful.
well. And also there's also a pop song in there from the 30s. But anyway, that's
That's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I hope so.
How many are left? Is there one show after that one?
One left.
It is A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Oh, sweet. Okay, great.
We are so excited about this piece. It is going to be led, co-directed by our own Amy Herzberg and T2 veteran James Taylor Odom.
Oh, nice.
So there's going to be some incredible zany antics.
Sounds like a lot of fun. James Taylor Odom involved. I'm sure it's going to be. Our audience might know him. He's played Scrooge
Yes.
several years, right? As well as being in tons of other productions
Yeah.
here at T2. So
Yes.
that's exciting.
And that kind of laugh out loud comedy is musical comedy is going to close out our season.
Exciting.
We'll of course have the Arkansas New Play Festival
Yep.
will absolutely return next year as well, as it always does.
Yeah.
But that's our season.
So right now, what people should do, I think, and what I'm going to do is subscribe, right? Because that's what's open, and that's how you get the best seats and you get discounts and all that stuff. Can you fill us in on that?
Yes. So yeah, we have packages starting at $106, and that's seven shows.
Wow.
That's a great deal.
Thanks for filling us in on the new, exciting 19th season. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I can't
unbelievable, right?
wait to see what's happening for season 20 also. I know, you're excited.
We're already thinking.
I'm sure you are. It's incredible you've been here, and you're such a staple in our Northwest Arkansas region, so thank you for the work that you do. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
Thank you, Jason.
Go subscribe right now during this commercial break, and then join us on the other side. We'll see you later.
Our musical guests are brought to you by Walton Arts Center Artisphere Festival, celebrating art, music, and nature in Northwest Arkansas.
I know you're tired, and it's late. You're out of reasons to stay away, sunshine I'm waiting for. I find it in your eyes. When we're apart, darling, I lose my mind. Counting every moment till your hands are back in mine. We were stuck at the airport. I was crying on the phone. You knew just what to say, but I couldn't fake it anymore. You were hiding in the open, right in front of me. And I never saw you coming. When I'm with you, it's not always summertime. I'll stand beside you, honey, rain or shine. When we're apart, darling, I lose my mind. Counting every moment till your hands are back in When I'm with you, it feels like summertime.
Yes, everyone, we are down here at the chef's table. We got Margaret Burris from Rymolene's Pies, our
Yes.
favorite pie shop, joining us.
We've been seeing Rymolene's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've been seeing your pies at every event I go to. I've been hearing about it. It's been crazy. How are you?
Yeah.
Tired.
Yes.
But I'm enjoying it. I like everybody to have pie, and it keeps people happy, and I get to play with my favorite foods.
Yeah,
pie.
It is
for
the
sure.
universal language of happiness, pie. I mean, she's already put us to work.
Right, I know.
We're making some strawberry pie.
Yes.
That's the goal today, is that Bo and I are going to assist you in making a pie that
Strawberry
looks
pie.
somewhat like this pie you have over
A
here.
classic. It's
Okay.
a Shoney's strawberry pie, and if you know Shoney's, everybody liked their pie.
So what makes a Shoney's pie a Shoney's pie?
The secret is you make a strawberry glaze. So after you get your pie filled with all your fresh berries, and you want big, nice, juicy berries for it, you'll take this glaze, and we're going to pour it over the top of this pie,
Right.
and then you'll let it set, and it'll get that gooey gelatin.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. That's what I remember from the
Yeah.
Shoney's pie.
And then the crowning is you cover it in this whipping cream and layer it in strawberries.
Even more strawberries.
So now we're piled with strawberries.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a gelatin strawberry sugar mixture.
Delicious goop. Yeah.
Would you
Secret
care to
goop.
taste before?
Oh, yes, let's taste this. Oh, man, it's good.
It's just
Oh, man.
a sugar strawberry glaze.
Yeah, yum. And we're
what
putting
you
it
do-
on
You
top
had
of
me at
more
sugar.
strawberries.
Yes, you're just going to pour it over. And I mean, the more of this goo, the better.
And how long did you say it has to set?
You mix it, you cook it on the stovetop, and then when it gets thick, you pull it off and you keep stirring it and put it in the fridge till it's not set, but pourable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this something that you sell there at your pie shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to keep it year round, but sometimes the
Strawberries are hard to
strawberries
get.
just
Yeah.
don't taste good.
That's
How
right.
many pies do you normally have on hand at any given day at the
I
shop? I know it's a lot.
try to keep 40 to 50 different flavors,
Wow.
but sometimes I just get pied out.
Sometimes
and
it's only 35.
I know, it's still amazing.
I think I got down to 20 this week. So.
Yeah.
But and so then you'll put this on
Okay.
Okay,
just
looking
like
great.
this. Normally you would set this in the refrigerator. It'll get good and solid.
Yeah.
And then you bring out the fun stuff.
Then you bring
Oh,
out the
okay.
nice.
Then you bring out
piping
the
bag.
whipping
Yes.
cream.
Okay,
Would you
yeah.
like to sample? And this
yeah.
is Chantilly.
Whoa.
Right in the
there we
head.
go.
This is Chantilly whipping cream, which means it's a really sweet whipping cream.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's good.
you just pipe it on
Look at
here.
that technique.
I know. Perfect.
So you're doing little dollops in a row, not like just a big.
They're called kind of rosettes,
Rosettes. You're doing
okay.
rosettes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
but it's a whipping cream rosette.
You've got some other pies here with you. I think we got to talk about. What's this one over here?
That one is French silk.
Ooh, oh my gosh, delicious.
You can't ever go wrong with French silk.
No. And that's also topped with whipping cream. Is that the same
It's
French
the same
chantilly?
chantilly.
Yeah.
And you can just pile them on there.
Put like a
Yep.
boop in the middle. And then
This Shoney's pie is also good. We call it strawberry cream.
I know, I messed it up.
I was doing a thing.
You do that half.
Well, that was a
He
method
was
to the
making a
madness.
star.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I obviously your
Jason,
side is more
what the-
beautiful. Yeah.
the heck
I
in
ruined
hex,
it. I
dude?
Those
ruined
are
the pie.
round berries.
I bet it's gonna taste terrible now that I've
He's
done
cutting
this.
a potato.
Yeah. Have you ever cut a strawberry, Jason?
Today is you're learning that I've never cut a strawberry before. I usually just eat them
Clearly.
whole, man. I would
Which are
be
really good.
lying if I said my stomach is not rumbling right now. Margaret, thank you so much for joining us,
welcome.
bringing your pie. We always love having you in. You should show this off from Bo's
Oh,
side,
yes.
not
Yeah,
from
yeah.
my side. That's the pretty side.
Round side.
Yeah.
Slice
This is
side.
beautiful,
there you go.
beautiful.
And you guys are more than welcome to dig in.
We're going to dig in. We're going to come back after this break, and we'll let you know how the pie tastes. Stick around. We got the taste test happening later. Yes, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. And before we get out of here, we got to thank all of our great guests, including Shannon and Bob from TheatreSquared.
And of course, we've got Margaret from Rymolene's Pies bringing us all the strawberry delights.
And even letting me mess up that strawberry pie. Thank you for letting me play around, Margaret. Absolutely fun. Yes, and how about that music video from our friend Ashtyn Barbaree? That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Now let's eat this pie.